Welcome to the Deep Dive.
Glad to be here.
So today we're looking at Elon Musk. We've got this biographical account, and we're trying to trace that journey.
Yeah, from the early days right up to, well, becoming this huge name in tech and business.
Exactly. And the idea is to sort of pull out what we can learn about, resilience, taking big risks, chasing those really huge goals.
Without getting lost in every single detail, right? Just the core insights.
Precisely. Okay, so starting point,
Mm-hmm.
born in South Africa, 1971.
Yeah, Pretoria. The source paints him as a pretty quiet kid. Curious, though.
And quite the early starter. Get this, teaches himself programming,
Mm-hmm.
sells a video game age 12 for $500.
Which is pretty amazing back then. It really shows that early drive, that technical inclination.
Right, building something complex so young.
And the biography mentions bullying, too. Finding escape in books, imagination.
Makes you wonder if that sort of pushed him towards building his own worlds later on.
Could be. That kind of experience can be formative. Then he moves, right?
Yeah.
Age 17.
Yeah, heads to North America, first Canada, then the U.S., looking for more freedom, more opportunity.
And ends up at UPenn, an Ivy League school. Studied physics and economics.
But it wasn't exactly a smooth ride financially, was it?
No, not at all. Sleeping on couches, the whole YMCA shower situation, it highlights that grit, I think.
Definitely not born with a silver spoon, despite the later success.
That struggle probably built some serious resilience.
So after university comes the first big venture, Zip2,
Right, with his brother, a digital city guide.
and more of that intense hustle living in the office, back to the YMCA showers. Total dedication.
And it worked. Compaq buys them out.
For $307 million, Musk walks away with, what, $22 million?
A huge win. Pivotal, really. It proved his ideas could actually succeed,
But instead of, buying an island,
Right. He dives straight into something even riskier. X.com.
an online bank, which eventually becomes PayPal after a merger.
And here's a twist. He actually gets pushed out as CEO of PayPal.
Yeah, but still makes an absolute fortune when eBay buys it. $180 million.
Okay, so now maybe buy the island.
Nope. This is maybe the craziest part. He takes almost all that money
Practically everything.
and plows it into SpaceX and Tesla. These incredibly ambitious, frankly, unproven ideas at the time.
That level of risk-taking is just, wow. It shows immense belief in his vision, risking literally everything he'd just gained.
And those early years for SpaceX and Tesla sound absolutely brutal.
Oh, completely. The source talks about SpaceX's first 3 launches just failing.
Imagine that pressure. And Tesla's apparently teetering on bankruptcy constantly.
He was personally stretched so thin, borrowing money just for living expenses.
That's some serious commitment. You have to believe deeply.
Then comes 2008, kind of a make-or-break moment.
Huge turning point. SpaceX finally has a successful launch. 4th time lucky.
And in the same year, NASA awards them that massive contract.
$1.6 billion. Talk about clutch timing.
An incredible lifeline. And validation, too. Huge vote of confidence from NASA.
And Tesla somehow scraped through its financial crisis around then as well.
So 2008 was just this pivotal year for both companies, pulling them back from the brink.
It really shows how persistence can pay off, sometimes just when things look darkest.
Absolutely. Persistence meets opportunity.
And he didn't stop there, did he? The ambition just kept scaling.
Right. The source mentions Neuralink, the Boring Company, Starlink.
It's a pattern, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tackling these massive
Yes.
industry-defining problems.
Always pushing into new, complex territory seems driven by the scale of the challenge itself.
Now, we can't ignore that he's a polarizing figure.
Definitely. The social media presence, the bold statements, it gets a lot of attention, not always positive.
But the source suggests that underneath all that, there's this consistent vision driving things.
Yeah, this focus on a multiplanetary future, shifting to clean energy, changing transportation, big foundational goals.
It's an interesting contrast. The public persona versus the long-term ambitious aims.
Makes you wonder how they relate, or if they're just different facets of a really complex person.
So looking back at the whole arc, South Africa, the struggles, the massive risks, the failures, the huge successes, what's the big takeaway?
For me, it's that unwavering conviction, the willingness to bet everything repeatedly on a vision even when failure seems likely. That combined with just relentless drive.
Resilience in spades.
Absolutely. And having that powerful, compelling vision seems key. It pulls you through.
So maybe a final thought for you, the listener. Think about a challenge you see as almost impossible.
Yeah, something that feels insurmountable.
Could channeling that kind of intense dedication, that belief in a meaningful goal inspired by a journey like this, actually make the difference.
It's definitely something to think about. How far can pure conviction take you?
Food for thought indeed. Thanks for diving deep with us today.